doubt. Coach Henton. How you feel, man? Yeah. So it's open, you got Libyan there? So it's open?
No, I got that down and then I'm gonna walk you into the side.
Alright, cool. How you
How
feeling,
y'all
man?
doing today?
Good. Good morning.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
No doubt.
Man, got your food. I'm ready for this.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta be prepared. That's what it's all about, man. Preparation.
Let's go.
You know what I mean?
You gotta go first.
Yeah.
Take a quick peek in there.
So yeah, this MLBillion, this guy's the man. You know what I'm saying? Got high security. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we be trying.
So then,
Thank you.
private equity, boom, boom, high finance. Oh, what's up, man?
What's up, King?
You already know, man.
Hey.
How you feeling, man?
Good, nice to see you, man.
What's up?
They gotta. You're gonna sit where Duke is.
You want to know?
Yeah, where Duke is.
Hello,
How you doing, Queen? How you doing? I like
Yes,
that
thank,
code.
thank you.
Okay.
I had people that actually, I had people that's too short. I had individuals that acquired my program when I was at a couple of different events. I had people acquire his program, acquire my program, and so I needed to let him know. Right, I didn't need to let him know. I wanted to let him know. So I let him know, and I told him, I said, listen, whatever it is that you want me to send you, monetarily, I got you. Don't matter, type of situation. So as I'm sitting here, he messaged me back, and his message was, man, stop fucking playing. That was the first one. Stop playing. I love you, bro. He's like, he got other individuals that are interested in what it is that we do. And he's like, man, we just gonna keep pushing each other up. But, I was compelled to say something to him. And even though he's sitting there saying, don't send him nothing, I'm gonna just do shit for him. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the way it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if I put y'all on, you know what I'm saying, and y'all get these trade lines and so on and so forth, and y'all go, snatch up a fucking big ass goddamn bag, don't become no motherfucking, recluse and shit disappear. Yo, what happened to Brandon? Anybody seen Brandon? Nice. Right, he up now. He up now, he gone. This is what we do. We gotta break the cycle.
Yo. And yeah, I ain't used to this shit.
And when I say up now, I'm talking about they up now be like 50,000.
I think he's just clowning on baby money. Clowning on baby money. But he right. It be on stupid shit like that. Like, it's just you up 50,000, you up 100,000, and now you disappear. You know what I'm saying? You ain't politicking with people that put you in position to get to 50,000, 100,000, or whatever the case may be. And that's what prevents you from getting to the million, 10 million, so on and so forth. The people that rock with me, been rocking with me for a minute, they on. Yo, listen, y'all can sit all day long. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I started going down the path with regard to explaining Jonas. Y'all know how many fucking people have been in a stage of position of fucking coming to Jonas and be like, man, I don't know why are you with Billion? You can do all of this yourself, or why don't you come on over here with us and we can do this and that and the third. Am I lying? And these motherfuckers that talk that straight up, oh, we love you. I love you, Billion. I love you, Billion. Yeah. Yo, listen, if I'm telling y'all right now, the people that hurt you is the motherfuckers that love you.
Where's that shotgun at?
Put a shotgun The people that hurt you is the motherfuckers that you love, and that fucking profess the fact that they love you back. Them the people that hurt you, because you don't really give a fuck about the outside people. I mean, again, a troll ass nigga that come and troll you, you know, swipe, block, delete. You know, you ain't even thinking about them no more. That's why even when I be on my live and shit now, it'd be funny as fuck, because I'd be like, dude, I'm literally about to block you right now, and I forgot about your fucking thing that I don't even remember what your tag is. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what your IG name is. It was just that fast. But the people that's in your life, for real, them be the ones that be at a stage of position, man, where they inflict some pain, hella pain.
Yo, my own siblings.
Real shit.
Hella pain. So it's just important that, you know, again, that all of you all understand that. But I've had a whole bunch of people, you know, and Jonas will sit and tell you all day long, what the fuck? I think I'm rich as fuck. And I'm saying I'm rich as fuck, meaning he's saying I'm rich as fuck. Fuck am I gonna get with your retarded ass for? Why would I trade down? And that's the funny thing that a lot of people don't get. Yo, I literally had individuals get together, you know what I'm saying, to go do some shit that I put them on. I put them on to be able to make certain shit happen. They decided to exit, go do that shit they self type shit, cut me completely out of it. The shit completely went to hell in a handbasket, blew the fuck up, like, completely. And in some way, shape, or form, I was still to blame. Because I didn't give them every piece that they needed to fuck me over. Huh? Right, it still wouldn't work because the energy. So again, I'm expressing this to you all, and like I said, I know I spent a lot of time on this, but I know for a fact, man, like I really do wish that there was somewhere that I could go that like somebody would explain to me. It's like Rich Nigga Anonymous or some shit like that. You know, like just somewhere you can just go and talk, hi, billion. You hear? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, somewhere you can just go to, you can just talk this shit out. You know? You just talk this shit out like, yo, this is what the fuck I'm gonna have to go through. This is what I'm going through. Oh, you went through that shit? Oh, shit. So you don't feel alone, because you really be feeling alone, man, when you get to a certain level. Like when they say it's lonely at the top, that motherfucker really be lonely at the top, because you be up at that motherfucker and you be like, you be having you taking care of everybody, and ain't nobody in your crew as smart as you. So when you say some shit or whatever have you, they all looking at you like, alright, nigga. Yo. I don't know what the fuck this nigga cool talking about, man. You know what the fuck you talking about, man. We flew over here, this nigga big shit. We gonna do what the fuck you talking about right now, but this shit is fucking wrong, bro. We gonna go another direction, man. Fuck that nigga. That's how I be. Straight up. Like I said, so I felt compelled to sit and have to say something with you all, because nobody ever talked to me for real. I mean, again, my mentor been gone, you know, for the better part of a decade plus. So I had nobody to talk to me about what happens when I go get the money. And I just explained to y'all again, Lacey, how much it costs to get a PayNet trade line? $12,000 to $14,000. So I just explained $12,000 to $14,000. How much money can you get when you buy a PayNet trade line? At least $100 grand. So $12,000 to $14,000, and I can get $100 grand. So I just spent $12,000 to $14,000, and I just got $100 grand. I just bought $100 grand with $12,000 to $14,000. So I really ain't got to explain nothing else to y'all about money. That's not a complicated situation. And if you're at a point where you don't have the $14,000, I can sit and explain to you again. We can talk the simple build-up situation so you can get the $14,000. Now you got the $14,000. Now you need to be at a stage of position of doing what? Okay, well I got to take care of some of these things back here in the past that I didn't utilize or whatever have you. So my utilization drop over here, so I can now go get some more money over there or whatever have you. And oh, by the way, I got this $100,000. Let me go ahead and start this other corporation over here, or buy this other seasoned corporation over here. Get another one of them $14,000, $14,000 lines or whatever have you. Now I'm gonna get another $100,000. Man, do y'all really need me to sit down and break the money down for you more? Cause I mean, I'm like, that's an easy situation. But now once you got it, nigga, all of the mental shit that's about to go in, cause you know, as soon as you sitting on $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, nigga, you like, nigga, we popping. We popping, you start doing a little shimmy and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, wait till I get my money right. You know what I'm saying? So you pop it. You feel me? But you know, through that process, now you own now let me tell you what hit you next. Oh shit, these motherfucking notes is coming in. Wait a minute. Billion ain't tell you. He said I just paid $14,000, I get $100,000. He didn't tell me I had to make a monthly note on this motherfucker. He fucking got Billion fucking got me. He said nothing about the monthly notes on these credit cards. I knew that motherfucker was a scam. I knew he was goddamn scam. These motherfuckers over here sending me a goddamn credit card bill for $1,000. What the?
This nigga.
Dude, right. Dealing with this nigga right here, I got all these credit card bills and shit now. Because now, right, emotionally, you at a stage where you jammed up. So now the next thing that happens with that is that, there's a conversation again I was having with the brother on the other side. Is the next part is that now you got a line of credit for $100,000, right? Now you sitting there holding on to the $100,000 line of credit shit, babysitting that motherfucker like it's a savings account. Nigga, they just gave you $100,000. You better take all that shit off the card, nigga, before they change their mind. You better take all that shit before them niggas change their mind. Well, what about utilization? Buy some more trade lines. Buy some more trade lines. Then you ain't gotta worry about no utilization. I see some of y'all looking at me like, what do you mean? What do you mean, baby? Let me see if I can explain it to you. Plain straight English. Plain straight English. Y'all ready? You got 3 trade lines on your credit profile. Y'all can probably write this shit down. That way y'all don't have to, ask me about this shit later. You got 3 trade lines on your credit profile. One trade line is a $45,000 trade line. That's the primary. You got 2 trade lines that are $15,000 trade lines. Those are AUs. That now gives you a credit validity of 45 plus, what did I say, 60,000, is that what it is total? No, it's more than 60. 215s is 30, so 30 plus 45 is what? 75, right? Huh? 45 plus 30 is 75, right? Okay, so now you have a credit validity of $75,000. That means at one particular point in time, somebody effectively gave you credit card, the lines of credit that all totaled at that time period of you carrying $75,000. This is a major area of understanding, because a lot of people be running around here talking, yo, I got a 700 credit score. But nigga, you ain't got nothing but a $500 card on your shit. You can't get no money. So just having a 700 credit score don't mean nothing. Let me say that to you again. Just having a 700 credit score don't mean nothing if you don't have any weight behind it. The weight is the trade lines that you have on your credit profile. So if all I got is one $500 card, another $200 store card, and maybe $1,000, whatever other kind of card or whatever the case may be, I can't get nothing with that. But yeah, my score might be 700, but I'm trying to figure out why would they just turn me down, you know, for an auto loan. I got a 700 credit score. Do you have any auto trade lines on your credit profile? No, that's why they turned you down. It's that simple. Why they turn me down for this credit card and so on and so forth? I was trying to get a $15,000 credit card. Why they turn me down? Do you have any other trade lines on your credit profile that reflects $15,000? No. Well, that's why they turned you down. It's like this. Fellas, y'all might get this. Women don't like you until you with somebody else. Okay? Other than that, your ass was ugly until you got you a girl. But as soon as you get you a girl, though about 4, 5, 6 of them come through, you be like, damn, I'd have just waited. Credit card companies, they function the same way. They don't like your ass until somebody else gives you some credit. You know what I'm saying? For real, they don't like you till somebody else give you credit. Once somebody else give you credit, then it's on and popping. So what did we figure out? Trick them. Trick them. Yes, sir.
Buy a house.
Huh?
Buy a house, get every credit card company in the world. Sitting out.
Right.
Every house takes money down.
Right. Yeah, because you got approved for a mortgage. Somebody else like you. Trick them. Trick them. No, so listen, dog. That's why people go and put authorized users on their credit profile. They trying to trick them. You go and get a primary. You get a primary, and that's like, so when you get an authorized user, that's like a drag queen. Listen, real life, it's like a drag queen, you know what I'm saying? Like it's really a dude. So, you know what I'm saying? So, man, don't act like y'all ain't never seen no drag queen that you had to look at them twice because you was like, shit. I thought that, oh shit. That shit should be illegal. Tell me y'all ain't never seen nobody like that. That's what an AU is. That's what an authorized user is. Then you put a primary on there. Primary, they went and got the whole operation done. They completely changed over the whole operation, everything. Everything, all of it done. That's what a primary is. Huh? If you add two primaries, boy. Hey, right. That's what that second primary be all about. Because now I can't decipher. Once the primary trade line is placed on your credit profile, no one can decipher that wasn't you that actually paid these past 3 years of credit on that car or on that house or on that whatever that primary is. No one can decipher that wasn't you. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So now you done basically been at a point where you done paid $6,500 or $7,500 for primary trade line, and you got 2 AUs that you just spent, let's just say $700 each AU type situation. So that's 14, call it $1,500. So now we're somewhere in the neighborhood, and we just said we take $10,000. Let's just use that as a number. We take $10,000, and now you got sexy personal credit. You got sexy personal credit. And with that sexy personal credit, now you went and applied for a couple different cars. You done picked up a couple different cars from Entity. One of those cars was 10 grand. Another car was, 5 grand. Another one was 3 grand, or whatever the case may be. You take 2 of those cars, and now you turn around and you be like, okay, boom, I got the money. you know, to go ahead and buy this PayNet situation now. Now I done bought this PayNet card, PayNet trade line. Now I'm at a stage where I can qualify up to $120,000 with this PayNet trade line.
This on the personal still, right?
That's on the business. PayNet is business. And so with the PayNet, you can just keep applying at different banks because it's not on your personal, it's on the business. Y'all follow what I'm saying? Now you at a point where you at a stage to where, you know, as we said, we started politicking with this brother here, and he like, yo, I got a 100-unit apartment complex that I got a lender that'll put 90% up on it.
500.
We got a 500-unit apartment complex, excuse me, shorted that motherfucker about 400 units.
I really felt something like a pain in my stomach.
So I got a 500-unit apartment complex. I got a lender that'll put up 90% on it. You just need to bring to the table, 10% or whatever the case may be. Now when you sit and you thinking, how do I get this 10%? Now I just explained to you how to be able to go and get the 10%. So you don't even thought money. You don't think about money the same way anymore. You know, all I got to do is just go buy some money. So that 500-unit apartment complex that you that you're talking about, whatever have you, what would be the price point on that?
50 million.
50 million. So 50 million, and the lenders that you're dealing with right now will do up to 90% loan to value.
Yeah.
Okay.
90% of the purchase price.
90% of the purchase price. So, so what's that number, y'all? 5 million. So 5 million is what we got to come up with. That's it.
And so like a profit of like 350,000 a month.
What area is this in?
Georgia.
Georgia.
Close to Atlanta.
Yeah.
So with something like that, so now individuals or we as a group, we came up with 5 million in order to acquire that. Is there a property management company that's already in play, or are we having to come up and develop a property management company? What are we having to do at that particular point?
So you got options. So it's already cash flowing. It's already at 97% occupancy. So like might as well just keep the property management on. But if anything, we just change it if need be.
So it's at 97% occupancy. Net throws up how much per month?
350,000 profit
How many units?
each month.
500.
So let me make sure I'm understanding this correct. We go get a loan for 5 million, and that loan for 5 million is basically going to make $350 million a month. Is that what you just said there?
No, $350,000 profit each month.
What did I say? Million? Yeah. Oh, shit, I'm sorry.
You can grab the data center for that. That's the next step.
Yeah. So $350,000, but again, I spent $5 million, and now I clear $350,000. How much? No, that's more than that, ain't it? Per month. That's 4.2 a year. Okay, I understand what you're saying. I'm sorry. Right. So the loan is almost paid off the first year. Now here's the crazy part about this, right? This is why, I wanted Dallas to be here in terms of even just talking to you all about group economics, because this room alone can come up with 5 million. You see what I'm saying? But now you all have to settle on the area of, yes, as much as we hear, 350,000, right? You have to sit and settle on that. Maybe you only, because we got this entire group, maybe you only make, $1,000 a month. Let's just use that as a number. Maybe you only, so you're invested whatever your percentage is with regards to the group as a whole, but maybe you only clear $1,000 a month from that particular transaction, but the loan is paid after, a year and a half, if you will, and now we're on to the next property. And even before that loan is paid off, because we're at a stage where operating in group economics, we don't have to wait, for that loan to be paid off for us to enter into the next deal. So now the next thing you know is an entire group, we're at a stage where we've got, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 of these, type of apartment situations where all of us are at a stage where we generate money every month off of this. And then there's nothing to sit and say that you have to stop at 4 or 5 different units. This is what a REIT is, by the way. A real estate investment trust. Is that all they do is just constantly just keep going after more and more properties. So there's nothing to sit and say that you all can't operate in that particular area in vain right now as a collective group. I mean, we're talking about 5 million. So how much does 5 million cost? Let me see if anybody in here is quick with it. How much does 5 million cost?
30%.
No, you're not, so you're moving too slow. Come on, process faster. How much does $5 million cost?
90% or 10%. 10% of 5 million.
1.5.
10 different pay nets, 12 grand. 10 different pay nets, that's 120. That 120 will buy you 1 million. You have 5 times that 120 times 5. That's 580.
580. 580,000.
Well, 5 million, and that 5 million. Well,
That's why I said I gotta process faster. That 5 million cost you 580,000. So in order to buy, technically, in order for you to buy $350,000 a month, it cost you one time hit of 580,000. This is how real money is played. All that other shit has been bullshit. That's how real money works. That process right now that I just literally implanted in y'all, that's how real money thinks. How much will it cost me to buy the $5 million? I need $5 million. How much will it cost me to buy that? $5 million is the downstroke. I got this group over here that's going to go ahead and they're going to fund 90% on that situation. Okay, so $580,000, and I'm now at a stage position where I can go ahead and pick up $350,000 per month.
Forever.
You see how that goes? That's why I'm trying to shift y'all out of the area of scarcity. I'm trying to shift you out of the area of being afraid of loss. Because you can sit and be like, okay, well, what if I spend $580,000 on a pay net situation? What if it, don't go exactly that way, and then maybe I only get like $300,000 instead of, the $500,000? What if I only get that? Right. Well, listen. Again, y'all sat in this conference all weekend long or whatever have you. So don't act brand new and shit. Act like y'all just be, oh yeah, we're gonna just go get some more. No, that ain't how the average mind thinks. The average mind sits and has a blockade. Boom. I can't afford it. I ain't got it. That's the average mind. And even above average mind has that simple blockade. The average mind never even thought about the fact that 5 million costs $580,000. The average mind never even thought about that. And then when you really start to break that shit down further, you sit and say, okay, $580,000, how many people we got in this room? You sit and you look around the room and be like, okay, shit, well in the room we got 50 people in the room. All right, $580,000 divided by 50 equal what? What is it?
6.
You say 11.6? I heard somebody say, huh? How much is that? How much is that divided? How much?
11,600.
11,600. So 11,600 What's 500? What's $350,000 divided by 50? How much? 7,000. So it cost you $11,000 in order to buy $7,000. And your ass still be running around here like, oh, man, we gotta work hard right for this money. I work hard for this shit. I have to bust my ass every day. That's gonna work. I hate fucking going to goddamn people's job. But still, I can't even just give these people I can't give nobody my money. What you mean? $11,000? Can't give these people no. I don't know them people to be talking about giving them $11,000. What if they do something with my $11,000? So you can tell me you ain't gonna take a chance on $11,000 that could generate you $7,000 in perpetuity? You ain't gonna take a chance on $11,000?
Yo, peep this. So like, I said,
He said peep this. He didn't say peep game. He said peep this.
I said peep this.
That nigga trying to protect my trademark.
All right, so. Hold on. All right, so my mindset from when I was younger was, all right, I will look at the opportunity and whatever the course of that opportunity would be, I would ask myself, if I die today, this amount of money that I have right now, will it be able to, will my family be able to survive off of this forever with this whatever amount of money that I have? And 100% the answer was no. So I always 100% invested all my money into whatever it was. And I always kept that mindset. And like, I was always one of those people that, if I didn't take advantage of the opportunity, it would actually really hurt me mentally, because I'm like, damn, like yo, what if that joint would have worked out? But the many times that I invested into different things to get to this point where I'm at, even though most of the time it didn't work out, I always had peace because I took advantage of that opportunity. I'm like, I did my part. I took advantage of the opportunity, boom, and I'm gonna create something else while that joint is going. I'm not like, as soon as I invest the money, I don't even think about it. I'm thinking about the next, creating more money to invest in something else, and that's the difference.
So the bottom line is right now, at this moment, how many different apartment projects do you have situated right now, or stuff that anybody in here could participate in? Do you have anything that they can engage in?
I'm waiting on the 700 one. Yeah, I'm waiting on the 700 one. I'm waiting on the 500 one. I should have the contract for at least one of them by like Tuesday. I got a 169 unit under contract right now. Oh yeah, this came from Cancun.
Okay.
So I went to Cancun Monday. We was in Miami. I woke up. I was like, go to Cancun because I got some deals pending. So I just grabbed a contract for a 36 mil hotel in Cancun. Well, actually it's Tulum, and I'm waiting on the contract for like a 120 room hotel in Cancun. That's like 17 mil. So yeah, we got a whole bunch of situations.
Yes, sir.
What was the name of the place that you said had guys on the top with AKs and everything like that?
Switch.
So I know you do like huge deals on hotels and different things like that. Are there deals to where you can purchase like a data center or something like that, and huge companies will pay you to house their server?
So that's the next move. See, like the thing is, right? I'm gonna let y'all know one secret. I'm not a real estate dude.
Okay, so you're not a real estate dude. What the hell are you?
Fucking winner.
Alright, winner.
No, like some real estate. Like I always had the mindset of building wealth. So like that's why like I rock out with my man right here, because like how he's invested in different things, that was always my mindset. I wrote my wealthy checklist when I was 17 and 18. On that wealthy checklist, I put bank ownership, I put insurance company, I put hotels worldwide, and I put record label and a few other different things. And really my passion was always starting my own record label. And but I knew I was gonna own like skyscrapers and large apartment buildings. And like everything with me is based on the probability of success. I'm a fucking nerd. So like play chess and all that, like people can't fuck with me, all that. So I'm just playing real life Monopoly with chess strategy. So I'm like, okay, the probability of me having a successful record label versus the probability of me being successful in the real estate game. The real estate game is a higher probability. So I was like, okay, how do I utilize the real estate game so that I can fund everything else? So like I treat apartment buildings like how like all right, like Silicon Valley, they raise hundreds of millions of dollars for tech companies, right? But tech companies are not really backed by anything. So I was like, I could take that same mindset and put it towards apartment complexes. Because number one, apartment complexes is the real estate game. And the real estate game is the number one industry that banks lend money. And on top of that, with the apartment complexes, automatically know the value of the apartment complex. And on top of that, as long as it's cash flowing, able to see how much money is generating each month. And then on top of that, if I'm buying it below market value, I can always refinance and pay back the private money investment. You know what I mean? So just taking that mindset and just making it happen like that.
Anybody have any questions about what he just got finished describing? So let's recap on this equation. And I want everybody to kind of process through this. Right now, all right. See, there's an easier way to do this. Everybody in here that has the ability to come up with $20,000 in 7 days, real shit. If you can't, you can't. It's all good. This is part of the test as well with regards to you fucking caring about you. You come up with $20,000 in 5 days. Do me a favor, raise your hand. Okay, so now, there was just a whole bunch of hands. We probably should say about 40 hands was at a stage position where they could come up with $20,000 in 5 to 7 days, if you will. Probably have about 40 hands in here. So now, those 40 hands, y'all just bought an apartment complex. 500, just like that. Just like that.
For forever. Like, like the children's.
Y'all grab hold of that? Like y'all literally just bought the apartment complex together. And so the sexier part of it is that we said, the fact that, well, because there's about 10 people, maybe a little bit more or less, whatever, that was left out of the situation. So instead of it being $11,000, maybe it's, everybody was at $13,000 or $14,000 or whatever have you. But now you're also at a stage, instead of $7,000 a month, you're now at fucking $8,000 or $9,000 a month because there were less people involved in that situation. But y'all just bought that.
Right.
Forever.
Yeah.
That's how this group economic situation works. And you literally have one liaison that sits and handles the actual project itself. So y'all at a stage where y'all are able to function purely as the bank. So you're not having to deal with, the property managers or anything to that effect. And y'all come together as one sound solid group and y'all vote on y'all facility collectively. If one person wants to buy out or wants to be bought out of the situation, the next person that's in the group, if you will, could buy their interest out, or y'all turn around and vote to go ahead and allow an outside party to effectively buy the interest or whatever the case may be. Like, y'all literally just created one REIT. Now here's the fucking sexiest part about that situation, is that property now with loan 90% to value, whatever have you. So basically you got You got $5 million into that equation, and so on and so forth. That property was purchased for $50 million in all likelihood. If again, we'll just assume real estate value continues to climb, and real estate value continues to climb, you're able to essentially start to extract capital out of that property by way of putting another line of credit on that property. And because you are a one group syndicate, you can take whoever has the best credit, the best financials in the group, and so on and so forth, and go in and be at a safe position of refi, or essentially pull another line of credit on that particular property. Now y'all take the capital from that line of credit, and you go and prepare for the next property, if you will. So you utilize one property to buy the next property type situation. Yes, sir. You said put the trade line on the corporation. Is that what you said? Yes. So if when you say the trade line, line of credit? Yes. So the line of credit would be based on the property as the asset, and whatever equity is remaining in the property as the asset, but the corporation itself would be the entity that would be going after the line of credit. And then obviously, again, you need to have somebody that's going to be there, standing in a personal guarantor style capacity, whether the loan is 100% on the company or not, there still has to be some signature that's there.
Yeah, I did that with my own browser.
Yes. Wait a minute. Before you ask me that question, do y'all actually, I swear to God, on everything, y'all are like so sterile with this shit, because I'm telling you right now, I would be fucking doing a straight money dance. Like, would you stop me in my, listen, I would be like, bitch, I want to fucking dance so bad. Nigga, I'm just gonna
these
dance
hamsters,
right
my
now.
hamsters is having a whole conversation.
Like go around bouncing
Yeah, my
around.
hamsters is like,
I should be looking out in the crowd and shit.
No,
and
we
be
trying
like,
to be
why the fuck are they
professional.
switching like that?
we're trying to be professional.
Because I just figured out the fact that we could buy a 500 unit apartment complex as an entire group, and we ain't get the money off of some PayNet trade line that we put on our damn credit profile type situation. So we really could be at a stage of really running this damn thing up completely. And it might not take, we said 40, but it might not take 40 people to be in a group to do it, because if we take that money that we able to come up with, just go ahead and get the PayNet line type situation. Now, boom, that's $100,000, maybe up to $100,000, with each entity. So now we're at a stage of being less people in that particular group to pick up something to that effect and extent. So that's why I would be doing the Holy Ghost dance. And y'all, again, whether y'all getting it or not, I'm at a phase of position where I'm like, yo, I'm talking to y'all, but I'm really talking to my fucking self. So y'all gonna look up and y'all gonna be like, that, I motherfucking hate that MLBillion, that motherfucker, I can't believe he done bought another apartment complex. Yeah, how many apartment complexes one man need?
Yo, it's gonna be this. Got the nursing homes too. You can have P game, it's yours. Just take P. But no, seriously, I got a question. So now, and this is logistics altogether. So we create a company. So everything basically comes under the company. So there are no references to me being able to use that money that property for my overall not ownership. You know what I'm trying to say.
As a trade line on your credit profile?
That's what it's a trade lines. If I go to the bank and say, do you own any property? Basically that kind of, you own any property?
Right.
Well, yes, I said you have, yes, because it's you would have interest in that company. So
Right.
you can show that you have interest in that company.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
And that company owns this 500 unit apartment complex.
Right. So that's a game on the whole other level.
Absolutely.
A whole different game. So all right. So now you're part owner of these hundreds of units, right? You're able to get loans for pretty much anything. like anything. Like more assets that's gonna bring more money forever by purchasing cash flow.
So that, so anybody that's in here right now, like even the individuals that, did not raise their hand with regards to them being able to come up with 20, like, yo, the reality is you can actually come up with 20. You really can. That was just a blockade, in fact, in your mind of making you think, I don't care what your bills are, I don't care what your pre-existing monetary situation is. I know some of you all might not have been in here through this entire, program, if you will, and so that, may be the, I haven't had the opportunity, to purge and broke out you yet, it's all good when we get there. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like real life, everybody in here, even if you didn't raise your hand, I'm telling you right now, you can actually put your hand on 20. Now, the only question is whether or not when you put your hand on 20, whether you're going to do the things that's necessary with the 20 in order to be able to progress forward. That's the only question for, what would be for everybody. What were you going to say, Keith?
I got more game.
He's so calm with it.
So right, so say you have a percentage of this apartment complex, right? And let's say the apartment complex is worth 60 million, and you own like a 0.5% of that 60 mil, and you having cash flow of that 0.5% coming in every month, right? You could mess around and sell half of that 0.5% to someone that, say somebody got like, yo, I want to do what you doing. I got 100 grand, or I got 200 grand. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, cool. Now you got an extra 100 grand, 200 grand, 500 grand, whatever the case may be, and you still have the other low percentage that's bringing in that cash flow. Y'all get that?
So for, like we said, there's 50 people. Let's say 10 people couldn't participate. So this is a group economics thing to where, let's say I know that Mr. Billion is the bank, right? Let's say I don't have the capital. I don't have the credit.
Before you say that, let me show you something right quick.
Mm-hmm.
Seasoned corporation, 2-year seasoned corporation, on average costs what, Leah? Okay, so $2,000 to $3,000. Okay, so let's just say $3,000, right? Watch this. $3,000. So now, Lacey, again, or Leah, whoever want to answer it, a Paynex trade line costs what? 12 to 14,000. Okay, so 12 to 14,000. You with me so far? You ready for this? That's, how much money is that? 15,000 on the low, on the high is what? 17,000. You ready? You ready for this? Okay. So, I got a bunch of 17,000s. I got a bunch of 17,000s. So, when he just got finished describing, I can do by myself. You with me so far? But even if I didn't have a bunch of 17,000s, all I need is 17,000 and a little time with this particular situation being on the market. And I could do that shit by myself. I don't need no one. So even if y'all don't want to function in group economics, fuck you. Because when you start to really calculate these numbers and you get outside of being like insufficient funds, when you get out of that mindset of insufficient funds, you start to do simple calculations. Simple calculation says, okay, $17,000 on the high, if I can turn around and get $100,000, then now once I got $100,000, well, how many times is 17 divided to $100,000? then that means at that particular point in time, I can duplicate that process over and over again. Maybe it takes me a couple months, in order to get there. Listen, typically 500, unit apartment complexes don't usually fly off the shelf like, hotcakes. Don't get me wrong, they do, but it ain't like, it ain't like this is the last time, there will ever be one that's available. So what do? I build my foundation. If I understand this simple principle, then I go ahead and I just start building my foundation now so that I'm ready the minute and the moment that the next opportunity presents, I can shoot. But what we end up doing is that we stop ourselves by way of sitting from gates sitting talking about we don't have the damn money. Well, when you told yourself you don't have the money, umpteen billion cells in your body sit and agree. Go for it.
All right. I can actually assist with that mindset. So I wrote a book. And people base their entire lives off the words of my book, worldwide. I didn't even pay for marketing yet. That's a pay for marketing. I'm gonna pay for marketing. All right, so I'm gonna give everyone a gift. I want everyone to pick up your phone.
Oh, I thought you were gonna give me a book. Okay, never mind. Go ahead, keep going.
Great minds think alike, right? I'm gonna give everybody a copy of my book.
Oh, see, look at that. Fuck it, I didn't even know it.
Go to Coach, COACH, Henton, HENTON.com. HEN, T as in Tom, ON as in Nancy. And scroll down my website. I know I got a lot of videos in there. And you're gonna get to the part of my book. And it's gonna have an audio option, and it's gonna have like a free download option. And literally all you gotta do is just click the free download, and then you're gonna have a copy of my book. And my book is going to assist you with having the mindset needed so that you'll be able to clear any type of blockage. And the beautiful thing about it is that it's only like 30 minutes short. So I specifically made it so that it could be a daily and weekly reminder to know that no matter what, you're able to do it. Now I'm gonna give y'all some more info, like peep this, right? I wrote the blueprint for success, which is that book. And then I followed that blueprint and created a multi-million-dollar investment portfolio from zero. Sounds crazy, right? You want to break it down how I did it? Like it? All right, cool. It's all about problem solving. So the bigger problems you solve, the bigger the money potential. So I studied the real estate game, and I specifically studied the finance part. So like things like what Greg said yesterday, 70% of the whatever value of the property the lender would give you, stuff like that. So I built relationships with private money lenders. So people would contact me for funding. So it was this one person that contacted me. He was like, "Yo, is this person that has this property, and his issue is he doesn't have any money to repair it, and he doesn't have any knowledge of like construction or anything like that, and he doesn't have credit. However, we're talking about a Harlem brownstone. We're talking about 4 floors, and the person owned it free and clear because he got it from his dad. It was passed down. Solving the problem. So I'm like, I can assist you with that problem. So I told him, I said, look, I can bring the lenders to the table. I can bring the construction crew to the table. Different people that I know that are reputable in the game, because I've been building it since I was a child. I've been in this journey since I was 5 years old. I'm 37 now. Just started having money. About I never would stress that because I always knew I was building for the next generations. So like the whole real estate thing is like just a small snippet of what I'm really doing. But I mastered that because I'm a winner. So now back to this, right? So he was like, I'll give you equity. He didn't know that I only was going to take equity. Like I wasn't going to take a fee. And that's how you got to switch your mindset from taking a fee to taking equity. Once you start taking equity, that's when you'll be able to pass that down to your children, next generation. So this home brownstone had to be fully gutted out and everything. But it's Manhattan. The as-is appraisal came in at 1.5 mil. As is. So peep this, right? So what I did, I started off the year with negative 1,800 in my account. That year, negative 1,800 in my account. And with this, when this opportunity came to the table, I was like, okay, this is the opportunity that's gonna transfer my family forever. It's gonna enhance our lives forever. So I dropped everything. Like I'm talking about everything. Like I stopped making money to specifically focus on this specific deal. Because I was like, this is the deal that's gonna assist me with making sure my family's good forever. But it's like, how was I able to do that? I had the mindset needed. In the book, I put the keys to success. Number one, must be 100% all in. Number two, stay focused. Number three, stay persistent. Number four, never settle for less ever. And number five, take advantage of opportunities. And the bonus is get a mentor. Seek out and learn from people who are successful in the field you seek to be successful in. And that's what I did. I was like, okay, I could focus. I could depend on myself to do these things. And I was like, I just kept homing and no matter like people was calling me names, oh, you're not making no money, you lazy, this, that, and the third. And this deal came up, and I was like, this is the opportunity. And I'm like, I'm all in. So I didn't have credit, didn't have any money. So what I did is I created an LLC. I found someone. No, actually I didn't find him. One of the people that I've been mentoring from afar. So I have go to Instagram, put Coach Henton. I have one of the largest real estate Instagram pages in the country. My man, he had excellent credit. I'm like, all right, cool, bam, you part owner of the LLC. I became part owner of the LLC. The original owner of the brownstone made him part owner of the LLC. And then I did a quick claim deed from the owner to the LLC, and then wound up acquiring the Harlem brownstone with these people. And it appraised that as is 1.5. And typically lenders, they'll lend about 70% of the after repair value. 70% of the whatever value. So it was free and clear. None of my money. I didn't have money. Remember I said negative 1,800. So it's absolutely no excuses. I just don't give a fuck.
Why did they decide to do the deal with you?
Because I brought extreme value, and on top of that, I solved a major problem.
Which was what?
The major problem is he has this property, don't know anything about the property. The dude, he didn't even have fucking insurance on the property. I'm talking about, it's like this, right? He got it from his dad. It's like me giving my 6-year-old a phone, and he breaks it because he don't understand the value. It's the same thing with properties. You could have all these different things and pass it down to the next generation, but if they don't understand the value, they don't give a shit. But that worked in my favor. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do all these things for you, and I definitely was gonna take equity, but
he was like, you know what? I'm gonna give you equity. And so I didn't have to negotiate. Then again, I never really negotiate. I don't like negotiating. So we wound up getting a loan. Remember I said 70% of the value of 1.5 was like $1,050,000. But we wound up getting a loan for $900,000. I had less than zero before that in my bank account. And the after repair value of this brownstone is 3.5 mil. So now we're talking about what, like 2.6 mil in equity?
So let me share something with you guys that I think that would be pretty decent for you to analyze right now. So I brought this gentleman in because he just gave you his book. He doesn't have a mentorship program or anything for you to sign up to. Is that anything?
I don't really like talking to people like that, so you know. I mean, I do mentor people from time to time,
but I want y'all to connect that.
Right.
So he's here because he do the deals. He brings these equations to the table and so on and so forth. The key area right now for you all to take from what he just got finished describing was he found a deal, he had no money, he brought the value, no credit, and at the end of the day, ends up walking away with bread because he effectively brought value to the table. So it wasn't about the fact of whether you got money or not. So when I sat and I asked who had $20,000 and so on and so forth, the mindset that you have to start having is the mindset that it took for this particular young man to be able to stay in the city saying, I ain't got no money, but I can make this happen, make this happen, make this happen, and as a result, I had the money that's necessary in order to be able to do whatever deal it is. But unfortunately, what happens with us is we stay stuck right at what the hell our bank account says and says at that moment. That's who we are, or what our credit score says and says right at that particular moment. In spite of the fact that at any particular point in time, your bank account can change. At any particular point in time, your credit score can change. But until it changes, but then in the same token, same breath, you said you be like you're a Christian walking by faith and not by sight. Hello? If you are effectively at that particular stage or juncture in your life, then you need to be at that stage or juncture in every part of your life. And not just on Sunday.
Here's another thing, right? And this is going to assist with your mindset, because this is really about having the right mindset. So when you think about money, that because I study wealth. The entities that have the most money are the entities that utilize other people's monies. Like we all use the bank, right?
But let's stop calling it other people's money. Let's stop calling it that, because I think that there's a misnomer. Yes, I think there's a misnomer because most people aren't at a stage of position of being able to technically acquire other people's money in order to be able to do something type of situation. In most instances, what you're acquiring is the bank's money. And if you got any money in that bank, in all likelihood it was your money that you was effectively acquiring. But if we stop utilizing other people's money, or the terminology other people's money, if you will, and we just start to think in the fact that what I did was I just bought some money. Right. So that's all. That's literally all I did. I needed in order for me to do this deal, that deal, or whatever have you, I need to buy money. It's that simple. You know, you need to build the walls in here. You need some blocks. Well, that means you got to go buy some blocks, or you won't have no wall, right? So if you got to, and we're always at a stage where we keep sitting and saying money is a tool. Money's a tool, or a material structure, whatever the case may be. So I mean, if we want to build, we got to buy the tools in order to be able to build. We painted that floor red. Well, we needed some tools in order to paint the floor red. The floor didn't just become red. So why are we at a stage of position where we think that we should be at a stage of somebody either giving us the tool called money, or that we should go out and put all of this sweat labor into acquiring that tool? Because you know, the minute and the moment that you actually acquire something via sweat labor, you realize that you've actually fallen in love with that particular area or that equation. You do realize that, right? That's the emotional construct. You feel like you have spent X, Y, and Z years of your life working for this, so then you hold on to it super duper duper tight, not realizing slowly but surely it's eroding. It's eroding. It's like trying to hold sand in your hand. That's what trying to hold money is. Literally. So whether you're at a stage whether you're sitting and spending it, or it's losing money via hyperinflation, if you will, it's still at a stage of position, is still leaving. So the goal or the mission for each and every last one of you all at this particular point should be at a point of outpacing the loss of capital. I mean, technically, you do realize that that's what you actually do every month anyway, right? Seriously, everybody, I want y'all to think about that 1 second. Take that thought into your circumference for 1 second. What you do every month is you actually try to outpace the loss of capital in your life. Every single month. And some of you all have made the conscious decision that you're going to outpace it by trying to run faster. And eventually you get to the point of realizing that there's no way, in shape, form, your ass is not Usain Bolt. So then you sit, and that's where you get the terminology of utilizing other people's money, because you're trying to utilize what other individuals, other people that are running faster or running fast, you're trying to utilize their energy. But what I'm trying to get each and every last one of you all to do is to start to do simple mathematics. If this gentleman sat and said that it's going to cost me $14,000 to get a pay that trade line, nothing else needs to be said. I know what to do next once I effectively get that pay next trade, that pay net trade line. And I'm gonna bring, I don't know where Lacey went, but I'm gonna try to bring him back up here and see if he'll walk us through some of the things that he did once he acquired the trade line and what he actually did in order to be able to pull down the money and so on and so forth. We're going to take a break and we'll come back with Coach. I'm also going to go through the triangle offense. I'm going to go through the triangle offense with everybody. I'm going to bring Lacey back on, so bring him back up here and see if he'll go through that area, with us as to how he got this money. But I need y'all on this break that you're about to take. I need you to think about the fact that the only thing that we do is we buy money. That's the only thing we do. Wealthy people buy money. Poor, middle-class people work for money. If you can lock that into your circumference, if you will, I promise you your life will change instantaneously, because it starts to completely make sense that, all I've been doing is working for some shit for no reason. And the reason that it's leaving me every month, the thing that I'm working for is leaving me. That's crazy, right? When you say you really process that shit. Like you do everything for this chick. You know what I'm saying? Everything. I just bought this with your Birkin bag, everything. She fucking left me again. She fucking leaves me every month. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna work harder to keep her this time. But y'all really got to start to process that. And so when we get back, we're gonna go through the triangle offense. We're gonna go through just simple areas. I need y'all to get out any questions y'all got about getting to this money, because when we finish this situation, man, y'all got to go get the money, and you have to have the thought process, I'm gonna be dangerous. Being dangerous is I got this money and it don't matter if I make money with it, I lose money with it, that money don't matter. All I'm doing, once I got this, I'm gonna go get some more. And I'm gonna go get some more. And I'm gonna go get some more. And so I spend my life going to get more money. I'm not going to work for money. I'm just going to go get some. Yo, where you going? I'm going to go get some money. Nigga, you was just on your way to go get money yesterday. Nigga, that's what I do though. I go get money every day.
That was me this morning.
That was you this morning?
Yeah, I came in late, right? One of the, I have a ritual in the morning that, if I feel like I need more money, cause most of my money I don't really touch it. I don't know, I just don't like spending money like that. But I have this, it's times when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, I'm not going outside until money comes to me. So, I was not gonna come in until that thing hit.
I mean, listen, everybody has their different, ritualistic structures that they have with regards to this, with regards to money. I don't spend old money. You know what I'm saying? So, always look at me like I'm crazy, because I just be like, shit. They're trying to hit me on the cash app. Just go ahead, ask Miss Sam whatever. I'm trying to hit me at the cash app. Nigga, I got $31. That's it. So unless a motherfucker cash out me, nigga, you ain't getting nothing. Gotta be new. You can't get these $31 either. I'm gonna hold on to these $31 in the cash app forever. You know what I'm saying? That nigga always hitting my cash app. Always depleted me. I'm down. I'm done. Ain't nothing. I walk over. Hey, we'll all be on poke beans and weenies around here until somebody cash at me. You know what I'm saying? That's literally the way I function. I sit and, to me, if capital is not working, then that means it's leaving me. And it's unfortunate, when you start to get to a certain level monetarily, my guys will sit and they'll tell you, I could be at home all day, stay at home all day long and somehow spend $2,000-$3,000. And I'd be like, how the fuck did Jonas did it. Some way, shape, or form, I'm at the crib and Jonas in cash. I'm getting fucking cash out request. So that after you deny a motherfucker a certain amount of time and shit, they can't request you no more. Now that nigga fucking text message me and shit. Yeah, can you send this over to me? No. I ain't got no new money come in. Till new money come, I can't do nothing. But having that thought process allows for me to be at a stage of building capitalization and then deploying it towards areas of work. Because I don't just be at a stage where I need to stack the money so I can look at the numbers. No, as soon as it come in, deploy. All of you all have to develop and cultivate a ritualistic structure with regards to the capital as well. So again, we're gonna take a break. We'll be back shortly. Yes, sir. Say that again. You do new construction as well?
I try not to. Right now we're just purchasing cash flow. Yeah, but I have all types of lenders though. But me personally, I'm only interested in purchasing cash flow.
All right, we'll be back in a moment. What time is it now?